Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Sunday, the 2nd of February 2025. In today's Mill news, more information about Sheffield United's search for a centre-back. Now, why am I bringing you this? Well, if you didn't see it yesterday, one of those targets for Sheffield United is seemingly Tanganga. Obviously, they're trying to get promoted to the Premier League, and they feel that if they bring him in, that will almost certainly happen. And then, next season, Tanganga will be a Premier League player, and he will get a lot more money, a lot more of that lovely, lovely money. So, this is from the star.co.uk, which is the Sheffield Star. It's not the Daily Star or the Morning Star. Sheffield United launched transfer bid, and then something about Leeds, but. Okay. I just wanted to bring you the quote from the manager. So here, defend the bid. Sheffield United have reacted to the rejection of their bid for QPR's Jimmy Dunn by submitting an offer for a second defender. Wilder has confirmed. Irish defender Dunn was left out of his side's squad for Saturday's 2-1 defeat in Millwall as speculation over his future intensifies. The Star understands one of Dunn's weekend opponents, Millwall's Tanganga, is also of interest to United, who have a list of options should they fail to land their top targets. And speaking after Saturday's win at Pride Park, Wilder confirmed an offer had been sent, although he wouldn't be drawn on where. We've made bids for two players, two centre-halves. I'm not going to give names, and we've inquired about another two as well. We desperately need to bring a centre-half in, we understand that. But there are options there, and hopefully before the deadline, one will come in the building and we'll come into a group that's going to get stronger and stronger by the week. So there you go. So they've made a bid for Jimmy Dunn, which has been rejected. They made another bid. So he says we made a bid for two players. He's not going to give names, but they've inquired about two others as well. So we wait to see. If they're going for Jimmy Dunn, why would they not go for Tanganga first? I don't know. Well, I think Tanganga's a lot better than Jimmy Dunn. Did he used to work with Jimmy Dunn? I don't know. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know. So nothing clear cut, but they have made a bid for Jimmy Dunn. They made a bid for another defender, and they've made two inquiries. So if you're looking for a centre back and you've tried four options, it's probably highly likely that Tanganga is one of those options. So we wait to see. Obviously, the transfer window closes tomorrow, so that's more details on what was in yesterday's video. Now, we got this from ibroxnews.com. It's some kind of fan news site for Glasgow Rangers, and this is a rumour that's been going around for a bit, but somebody's finally written up a story about it, so I'm gonna bring it to you. Zak Lovelace lined up for Rangers exit with Millwall shock on the cards. Rangers gem Zak Lovelace could be in line for a shock return to Championship club Millwall, according to William Scott. The News at Den journalist reported via his personal X account that the Lions are expected to be active in the final few hours of the winter transfer window, with the 19-year-old now being linked. It is understood that return to the Den is on the cards for Lovelace, having joined the Light Blues from Millwall in July 2022 after making 5 senior appearances for the club. Expect Mill to still be active over the next few days, with a potential return for their second youngest debutant ever on the cards, Scott wrote. So at the age of 15 years, 11 months and 6 days, Lovelace still remains Mill's second youngest debutant, with only Moses Ashikodi beating that record. The winger's time in Scotland has been rather disappointing, having suffered from multiple injury setbacks, but he finally looked to be breaking into Philippe Clement's squad. A number of youngsters have also been given an opportunity, such as Finlay Curtis, Bailey Rice and Paul Nzio, but Niels Copland's new academy structure, or lack of it, looks to be in full swing. Robbie Fraser and Adam Devine have both secured temporary exits from Ibrox for the second half of the 24-25 campaign, and the exits are unlikely to stop there. It remains to be seen whether Lovelace's last gasp of ethic will be a loan deal, with the journalist not addressing that part of the move, but either way, supporters will be disappointed. Fans would have loved to have seen the young, exciting, tricky winger be given a run of games in the first team, especially with the Gers still fighting in Europe, but that does not look likely anymore. This literally makes no sense to me. I don't understand this at all. A lot of people are scratching their heads as well, and then they're being attacked by other Millwall fans online who are not understanding. Like, this literally makes no sense for Millwall. I thought we moved on. We've got a lot. Every single player that we have at the club is better than him now. Imaku's better than him. SA was better than him. RBW's better than him. Adam Mayor's probably better than him. Like, what is the purpose of this move? It makes literally no sense. So what we're going to bring up is fbref.com. This is his match logs from this season. He's played 34 minutes. 6 minutes in the Premiership, and the rest of the minutes, 28 minutes in Europa League against the Romanian team. 17 minutes against, I think that's Steaua Bucharest's new name, and Union SG of Belgique. And he's touched the ball a total 15 times, so there's no stats for the Scottish League, although in the Scottish League he came on for 6 minutes and he got an assist, which, you know, that probably points to how poor the Scottish League is, if I'm going to be honest. So, you know, this is what he's done so far, you know, and that was in October. So he played in October, then he didn't play until January, literally the end of January, and now they're trying to move him on. This is... We'll see if it loads. It didn't load. I clicked on it to go to 23-24 and it's not loading. Finally it loads. Okay, so this is what he done last season. So last season, which was a full season. Obviously this season, the one I just showed you, 24-25, is the current season that we're in. This one that I'm showing you now was last season. He played 47 minutes. A game in September and a game in October. 7 minutes in a defeat to Aberdeen, and 40 minutes in a win against St Mirren, which I believe that is the game where he got injured, and I think he did his ACL, so there is that. If we go back to 22-23, and we'll have to wait for this to load as well, please bear with. Okay, so here we go. So in the season 22-23, he played 3 minutes in one game, obviously coming on as a sub against Celtic. So you can see the illustrious career that he's had since he's left Millwall. Fantastic stuff. And if we go back and just remember what he actually did at Millwall, okay, well, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for that. Let's try that again. Nope, that didn't work. Okay, this is, for some reason, I don't know why it's doing that. We're doing it live and it's not working. I don't know if the internet's cut out. But when he was at Millwall, he had about 29 minutes. I looked at it earlier. 29 minutes. This transfer literally makes no sense. The only reason it makes sense, or it doesn't make sense for Millwall. It makes sense for Zak Lovelace. Why does it make sense for Zak Lovelace? Because his transfer to Rangers has been a complete and utter failure. A complete and utter failure on all counts. This is not a success at all. So, Where do you go from here? Looks like Rangers are not going to give him a new contract. His contract is up in the summer. So, what's going to happen then? Well, if they don't give him a new contract, I believe the way it works is if he tries to go to another club, much like the Josh Stevenson situation, there will be training compensation that will need to be paid to Rangers and to Millwall. So he's not a free transfer. He can't be a free transfer until he's 24 years old. Once you're 24 years old, all of the training compensation is not valid. That's why you often see a lot of youngsters, they go into non-league, because non-league clubs don't have to pay training compensation. It's only other professional clubs. So you can go into non-league and you can play football. So this is what he's staring at now. He's staring at going to a non-league team, because no one will pay the money for a player who's barely played and has had an ACL injury. Can you tell me one player that has an ACL injury as a teenager and has gone on to big things? I can't remember one. Not at all. So the reason why Millwall are being linked with him, because hey ho, guess what? Most of the training compensation is due to Millwall, and there's a little bit due to Rangers, because obviously he's been there for 3 years as an under 24-year-old. So Millwall can pick him up, because why we don't have to pay training compensation to ourselves. So I can see why this makes someone's being clever about making a deal. I'm assuming Steve Gallen, or maybe at the other end. But this makes no sense to Millwall. You're picking up a liability. How do we know he's still any good? He hasn't played any game. He needs to play. He's not going to come to Millwall and play. He needs to go and play. But he can't, because if he signs a contract with another club, they'll have to pay training compensation, and nobody will want to pay training compensation. So like I said, this makes absolutely no sense for Millwall to sign this guy at all, in terms of playing wise. And like I said, I thought we would kind of be on this kind of thing, but we'll wait to see if it happens. Hope it doesn't, personally. I can't see how this benefits the club at all in any way. It only benefits himself, which, what do we owe that to him? He decided to leave. He got the money, he got the check. He went to a foreign FA to escape the training compensation that would have been due, much as we've seen with Josh Stevenson, where you go from one English club to another, then compensation needs to be paid. When you go abroad, it's a little bit less, because it's decided automatically by FIFA. So that's why you're seeing a lot of players go abroad, because it's an option for them. So, I mean, I hope we don't touch this with a barge pole, but there you go. So, ahead of the transfer deadline day tomorrow, 11 PM, Monday the 3rd, let's have a little look and see who's been signing what. So, transfers being made today, Premier League ones. In the Championship, Sunderland have signed up Wilson Isiodor. Sheffield Wednesday have loaned in Ibrahim Sissoko from Toulouse. Derby have signed Sondre Langus from Viking. I think that's a Norwegian team. Brighton have signed a player from Derby. A loan from Sunderland to Portsmouth for Adil Ushishi. Sheffield Wednesday signing someone from the Canadian team. Stuart Armstrong. Was he there before? Luton have loaned in Josh Bowler from Nottingham Forest. That's interesting. He was at Charlton, wasn't he? Portsmouth have signed someone from Rotherham, Cohen Bramall. Obviously, we've signed Camille Negley from Sparta Rotterdam. and Luke Cundle from Wolverhampton Wanderers. Middlesbrough have signed Dede from Celtic on a free transfer. Keona Tete has gone from Cardiff to Bolton on loan. What else have we got here in the Championship? Matt Grimes, decent player, gone from Swansea to Coventry. Blackburn have signed a player from Augustus Cargbo from Cesena. Plymouth loaned in a player, Nicola Katic from Zurich. And Will Lancashire, the hot prospect at Tottenham Hotspurs. The young striker's gone to West Bromwich Albion on loan. Adam Meyer has gone from Millwall to Bromley on loan. Oxford, Gary Rowett's Oxford, signed Stanley Mills. Stanley Mills, how many? You don't get many Stanleys these days. Stanley Mills from Everton. Burnley have let Jay Rodriguez go to Wrexham. I assume for a lot of money. It's an undisclosed fee, but I mean, man, what the hell? That's their plan B, so they don't have any plan B now, and they drew 0-0 against Portsmouth at the weekend. So, wow. Sonny Perkins has gone from Leeds to Leyton Orient. Watford have signed Egil Selvik from Udinese. Obviously, Udinese is their sister club, so there's no surprise there. Ben Stevenson's left Portsmouth, and Wrexham have also signed Sam Smith. So Wrexham clearly trying to buy the league. Hasn't worked so far, but maybe this one will be okay. Plymouth again have signed Maxim Tolovirov. So this is good. Like, they're signing all these players just as we're about to play them. That's just what we need, isn't it? For them to improve themselves. Now this is insane. John Duran of Aston Villa. He's gone to Al Nassr for £71 million. He's 21 years old. 21 years old. And he's gone to Saudi Arabia. And I don't know if this is true or not, or if it was a joke. But someone said, I've been following the club since I was a young boy. So my brother, no one knew the club existed when you were a young boy. What are you talking about? Manolis Siopis, the player that RBW turned inside and out, has left Cardiff to go to I've always struggled with those Greek names. Panathinaikos. On 30th of January, so what was that, Thursday? We got Luton signing Milanic Ali from Exeter for 1.5 million. Probably too little, too late. So spending that amount of money for a player when you're going to be in League One. Wow. Obviously, AJ Matthews going from Middlesbrough to Millwall. Louis Barry, the another hot prospect that got recalled from Stockport by Aston Villa and then sent out on loan to the Championship, ended up going to Hull on loan. Hull. Harry Clark's gone from Ipswich to Sheffield United. That's a loan. And that geezer, the Oriental, am I allowed to say that now? East Asian player that QPR had, Yang Min Hyuk. He's a lone player from Tottenham. He only joined them on Wednesday. So he's another hot prospect at Tottenham Hotspurs. Mark Travers, the goalkeeper, has gone from Bournemouth to Middlesbrough on loan. And so there you go. Philo Ascard, player that we were linked with, has gone to Luton. Matt Clark's gone from Middlesbrough to Derby. Cal Naismith, again, gone from Bristol City to Luton. So Luton making moves. They are giving it a go. They're trying to start. So there you go. These are the transfers so far. Obviously, transfers going to happen tomorrow. You would imagine a few. But we wait to see. Now, tickets for Derby County going on sale this week on Tuesday. So this is from millfc.co.uk, selling details for the tickets to Derby County in, 3 weeks' time? And this is the early kickoff game. So if you're going to this, you're very dedicated indeed, because you're going to have to get up super early for this one. Mill travel to Derby County in the Sky Bet Championship on Saturday the 22nd of February. Kick-off at 12:30 p.m. because it's been moved, so it can be on Sky Sports Plus. And tickets will go on sale to season ticket holders from 9:30 a.m. on Tuesday the 4th of February, so this Tuesday. Tickets will then go on sale to members from 9:30 a.m. on Thursday the 6th of February. And tickets are cheap as chips. £20 adults, £15 over 65s, £15 for under 22s, £10 for under 18s, £5 for under 13s, and free of charge for under 5s when purchased with a full paying adult. Is that one per adult, or can I rock up with a under 5s football team and get them in for free? Interesting. We have an initial allocation of 1,372 tickets, which I doubt is going to sell out because the game is an early kickoff and it's been moved for television. So there you go. Although I would say, if you wanted to take your kids to a game, this might be a decent option to do so. I don't think there's much trouble away at Derby County, and it's a game that's possibly a winnable game, and obviously you've seen it's quite cheap. So now that's it for the news today. We're going to move on to some stats. If you're not sticking around, thank you for watching. If you are, here we go. Top 5 rated players are all Millwall players. That's no surprise. Total shots, Aaron Connolly had the most. He was actually the man of the match, according to the ratings on whoscored.com. Ronnie Edwards of QPR had the most tackles with 6, and Paul Smith had the most dribbles with 2. But if you go back to the middle and look, Millwall stole the ball often from the opposition, were effective at creating goal scoring opportunities from long shot situations and from the flanks, and we were strong at finishing. QPR had no significant strengths, and they gave away a lot of free kicks around the box, but they did play with width. Okay, here you can see attempts on goal: 7 for Millwall, 13 for QPR, 6 to 8 open play, 1 to 5 set piece. We are not relying on set pieces anymore. We score goals from open play. Haha, fantastic. This is incredibly high. We had 7 shots in the game. We scored 2 goals. That is a 28% conversion rate. At this level, that is insanely high. Is normally a fair would be around about 10%. 10 to 12% would be very good. To get 28%, that's the kind of conversion rate you get against a lower league team. As you can see here, the attack sides, Millwall were going down their right hand side, QPR Rangers were going down the Queen's Park Rangers were going down their left hand side, so the same side. Shot directions, shot zones, action zones, player positions, as you've just seen. So number 31, Bangor Williams, a bit quiet in that game, had to do a lot of defending because they were going down that side, especially with Crammer. So Crammer was going forward, he was bombed down the line, and Bangor Williams kind of set back, just waiting to receive the ball and made me move it on quickly. Aaron Connolly out on his own, basically looked like he was playing further forward than Ivanovic, and you can see a George Saville kind of sticking back, and Dinor's going over to help on that right hand side, our right hand side, their left hand side. So there you go. Now moving on to this, also from whoscored.com, and you can see in the middle there in the match events, goal straight away in the first minute, another goal for them in the 3rd minute, and then another goal for us in the 25th minute, and then nothing again until the second half. First yellow card for them, first subs for them. Interesting that they took the centre back off. Haven't seen that for a fair old while. I don't think he was injured. Obviously I wasn't paying much attention. He may have been injured, or maybe he was just tired, because I think obviously they were expecting to play Jimmy Dunn and they dropped him out for transfer reasons. So then obviously they make another round of subs, and then we make our subs and see the game out. But it wasn't easy. It was a bit, here we go. but saw it out in the end. So a crowd of 17,914. If you look at the top left and top right where the club badges are, you can see the average player rating for each team. It's 6.75 for Millwall, 6.38 for QPR. So a bit of a difference there. In fact, none of the QPR players got 7. Edwards got 6.9. Lloyd got 6.9. He scored the goal. So there's that. But for Millwall, nearly what was most of the starting 11 got 7s, except for Brian Denor and Ivanovic. Connolly, like I said, 7.7. He is a very good player, is he not? He is a very, very good player. I mean, obviously, because of the circumstances of that his life has found him in. I mean, this is why we were able to get him. But I mean, wow, this guy is a quality player, absolute quality. So let's have a look and see who did what. So total shots, as we said, 7 to 13. Connolly with 3, Saville with 2. So he hit the bar with 1 that led to the goal. And Kundal, 1 shot, 1 goal. Bangor Williams with 1 as well. Possession wise, 43 to 57. See, that's the whole game. I think in the first half we actually won possession. That second half, oof, I mean, I don't think we had a shot after about the 55th minute. Yeah, I mean, there you go. Pass success percentage, 75 to 83. So Kundal, 81%. Would be interested to see how many passes he made, because that is incredibly high, especially for someone playing a number 10 role. So it would be interesting how many passes did he actually do. I think he was one of the first ones off. He came off in the first round of substitution, so I don't think he had that much time on the pitch. But then you got Cooper 80%, Denor 81, Connolly 80, Saville 88. You know, we're passing the ball around, some passing football. But going forward, you know, not fanning around at the back of it. Dribbles 4 to 6. Aerials 120 to 24. Fox with 8 for them. For us, Tanganga with 5, Cooper with 4, Ivanovic with 3, Saville with 4. Tackles 26 to 15, and here we go again. The most amount of tackles for Millwall. Bangor Williams with 4, Crammer with 4. So this is the thing with Bangor Williams. Now, he can get stuck in. He likes that. He does that stuff. He's not scared of doing that. He loves to get stuck in. Edwards for them with 6, which is probably why he got such a high score. Corners 2 to 11. These are the players who won the corners. They had a lot of corners, did they not? They did have a lot of corners. Dispossessed 8 to 21. So they had the ball taken off of them by our defence. They just dwelling on the ball too much, and we got it off them. So there you go. Now if we move on to this, also from whoscored.com, and we sort out the ratings, you can see Aaron Connolly 7.66 got the goal. George Saville, number 2, 7.59. Even though he got a yellow card, which would have knocked his score down, he did hit the crossbar. So man, that's to go second. Luke Kundal, 79 minutes on the pitch, 7.34. Obviously scored the goal. Crammer 7.26 with the assist. Yep. And then Tanganga 7.23. Rahis Bangor Williams 7.12. Lucas Jensen 7.07. He made some decent saves, didn't he? Very in that second half especially. And then we got high mid sixes. And then this is how it should be. So this is how it should be. So in this rating list, the players that come on as a substitutes should all be at the bottom, because they shouldn't be playing better than the players that started the game. If that makes any sense to you. And they didn't, because they were on the pitch for less time. So it doesn't make sense that they would come on and then do enough stuff. Like obviously if they score a goal, they're probably going to get a higher rating. But if they're just doing normal football stuff, they shouldn't really get a higher score than the players that have been on the pitch. Touches of the ball. Joe Bryan was 70, Kramer 67, Tanganga 60, George Saville 55. So let's go and look at some of this stuff. Offsides. Only 2 this game. Only 2. Shots and shots on target. So we had 7 shots. How many were on target? Wow. 4. So this is the quality. When you buy quality players, you get clinical. You get clinical in front of goal. Look at this guy, Aaron Connolly. 3 shots, 2 on target, 1 goal. Wow. Fantastic stuff. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Defensively, who did what? Tackles, Tristan Kramer 4, Bangor Williams 4, Tanganga 3, Cooper 3, Bryan 3. So there you go. Interceptions, Tanganga 2, Denora 2. Clearances, Tanganga 5, George Saville 4, Kramer 4. So not as many as the Portsmouth game, but still number 1. Block shots, Joe Bryan with 2. So there you go. The numbers are good. The numbers are good. So how many passes did Cundall actually make? 27, 81.5. Pretty decent, I guess, for a number 10. Then you got George Saville 34, 88.2. Yeah, good stuff. So let's look at this from fbref.com. The XG's in the middle between the club badges. So because we were so clinical, our XG is quite low because we didn't have that many shots. We only had 7. 0.7 is our XG. We actually scored 2 goals. Fantastic stuff. Absolutely brilliant. And they had an XG of 0.8. So they got the 1 goal. If we go down, you can see passing accuracy. So we had 368 passes down, 482. We had 4 of 7 shots on target. They had 5 of 13. Our goalkeeper made 4 of 5 saves. Des made 2 of 4. The fouls from each team: 10 for Millwall, 12 for QPR, 2 to 11 corners, 10 to 25 crosses, 493 to 592 touches of the ball, 26 to 15 tackles, 8 to 6 interceptions, 20 to 23 aerials, 127 to 17 clearances, 2 to 0 offsides, 4 to 7 goal kicks, 22 to 26 throw-ins, and 65 to 53 long balls. Here's the Mill team. So yeah, just what we're going to do is we're just going to look at aerial duels won and lost. Ivanovic won 3, lost 9. George Saville won 4, lost 1. Cooper won 4, lost 1. Tanganga won 5, lost 2. Kramer won 1, lost 4. So there's that. If we look at the goalkeeping stats, shots on target against for Lucas Jensen is 5, goals against 1, saves 4, so he saved 4. Save percentage 80%, post-shot XG is 1.2. He had 19 attempted passes, 2 were throws, 63.2% of his passes were long balls, and the average length of his pass is 44.4. 4 goal kicks that were all launched long, 71.5 yards. That's quite long. I think that's the longest I've seen in a game from him. Was he wind assisted? 21 crosses into the opposition box and he didn't stop on one of them. His average distance from the goal line was 11.3 yards. So, here we go with a shot map, or shot list. As you can see, not a lot for Mill in that second half. First shot, 14 yards right footed, 0.19 XG going up to 0.3. Tristan Kramer, or Luke Cundall passing it to Kramer, who then passed it into Aaron Connolly, or via Ivanovic's swipe. Alfie Lloyd, right footed from 9 yards, 0.06 that jumps up to 0.24. So again, I don't want to be harsh, but could the keeper have done better than that? Obviously, that was his first shot that he faced after being out for a game. So was he not attuned? I don't know, but it's hard. It's odd just to say that he should have saved that. I don't know about that. Rahees Bangor Williams, 23 yards, 0.04. That jumps up to 0.4, and that was saved by the keeper. And then QPR blocked. George Savile woodwork. Luke Cundall responds, goal. So fantastic stuff there. George Savile again blocked, and Ilias Chair saved. And then in the second half, not much going on, because it takes until the 60th minute, so 15 minutes into the second half before there's a first shot, and it's Aaron Connolly, 20 yards of his right foot from a free kick. That was blocked. And then 67 minutes, 11 yards of his left foot saved. And then after that, it's all QPR, and I think this is when my arsehole went and I cashed out my bet. Off target, saved, blocked, saved, blocked, off target. So there you go. Them's the story of the QPR game in statistics. Tomorrow is the transfer deadline day. We wait to see, and what does the Steve Gallen bring? I don't know. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.